Every great story begins in silence. A breath, a single note. For 1,000 years, this land has moved to its own rhythm, a rhythm that never stopped. Today, that rhythm is rising. Thousands of minds moving as one, engineers and dreamers, builders and visionaries, each one an instrument, together an orchestra. This is Uzbekistan, where heritage sets the tempo and the future writes the melody. Listen, this is our moment. 45 countries, 450 leaders, one stage. The world's business services in harmony. Here, conversations turn into connections, and connections turn into momentum. Across borders, across industries, across generations, the same rhythm, finding a new tempo, rising towards something bigger. A new movement begins. Here, today, with you. Welcome to the Global Business Services Forum 2026.
Everyone, it's really great honor to be with you today and to host the event for you. And you know, business has a funny habit. When just everyone thinks that they figured out all the rules, the questions change. And when the questions change, investment decisions, business strategies, and even entire industries move into new directions. And I think that is exactly what is happening in the global business services industry today. And I think Deloitte's latest survey can confirm that in just one simple observation, which is cost on its own is proving to be a less compelling value proposition. Today, we have the opportunity to unpack that shift from different perspectives and perhaps challenge a few assumptions along the way. And I'm confident that by the end of today's conversation, we all will have a clearer picture of why a lot of global companies are taking a closer look at Uzbekistan. Distinguished guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Global Business Services Forum. And to officially open today's forum, it's my honor to invite to the stage a leader who's been at the forefront of Uzbekistan's digital transformation. Over the years, he's overseen the country's effort to build a stronger technology ecosystem, expand digital technologies, opportunities, and create an environment where local and international business can grow. Please join me in welcoming the Minister of Digital Technologies of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Mr. Shirzad Shirmarev.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, dear guests. I'm very much honored to see you all here. Today is a very special day for IT Park Uzbekistan. This complex is called IT Park Uzbekistan. And very interesting coincidence that today is also the birthday of our president, who is the main leader and initiator of this important project, which is transforming Uzbekistan. And thanks to this visionary leadership and political will, we were able to move until now. So if you just go back when we started everything, Uzbekistan was a very closed country. We didn't have even currency convertibility. Unfortunately, most of our kids were kind of picking cotton instead of going to schools. It was literally impossible to get higher education just we had this 9% access quota to the higher education universities. Now, thanks to this whole journey of transformation, we have one of the best conditions for IT companies to grow. And if you have an IT company in Uzbekistan, you have full support of the government, full support of our IT park. You don't pay any taxes, and your workers also pay less taxes until 2040. And in this area, we are also establishing the Enterprise Uzbekistan, which is providing the best legal conditions for you to further grow your business with us. This is our main message. We would like to help to grow your business with us. And of course, cost of doing business, legal environment is nothing if you don't have the talent. So Uzbekistan is the main asset is our young people. And this is the main asset which we try to nurture and grow. And if you just look into the history, this was a center of the crossroads of East and West. Here you can see many different cultures, many different nationalities working together. So these are our main assets, and we try to maintain these values among our youth. So here you feel like home. Whenever you come from, you have very hospitable people who are respecting different cultures, different religions, and who are eager to work with all these diversified talents. And this diverse talents is really helping us to move on from just an outsourcing country to a startup nation. So we have an ambitious goal to turn Uzbekistan to a land of startups. And it's very honor for me to say that this year on this Startup Blink, Uzbekistan was recognized as the country of the year for the fastest growth of startup ecosystem in the world. We had the 13 times the growth than the global average. And this is another signal why you should look into our talents. And I would like to suggest also for you to look for beyond Tashkent, because Tashkent is growing, and the cost of doing business in Tashkent would grow parallelly. But we are building the ecosystem not only in the capital city, but in all the regions. Just this year, our president has laid the foundation in Namangan for the future IT park, opened the new IT park building in Fergana. Yesterday, we our president laid the foundation for very ambitious projects in Nurafshan. It's a regional center of the Tashkent region, where we are focusing now on the research and development. So instead of just having outsourcers or young talent, we are moving to a higher value chain. We are focusing on research and development, as well as we try to invite you to bring your R&D centers to Uzbekistan. And from that perspective, our country, our leadership is ready to support all your initiatives, which are directed to provide highly paid jobs and which are directed to have an extra additional income opportunities for our young people. And just small statistics, last year we have grown about 1 million a year. You don't find many other countries where you can see such a healthy demographics, and healthy demographics with good education environment, with a good environment for growing the business gives the most outcome. And just first half of the year, the day before yesterday, we saw the numbers. We had 8.5% growth of our GDP. And in today's environment where in most of the countries, you don't see the growth, but rather you see the decline of the gross domestic products. You see the decline of the rankings by the most ranking agencies. In Uzbekistan, you see very high growth rates. And in Uzbekistan, you can see that all the major ranking agencies are either improving the ranking of the country or changing the outlook from the neutral to positive outlook. So this is one more reason why you should be here. And once again, I would like to welcome you here. And I just want you to see around Uzbekistan. We have a very nice center for Islamic civilization. If you have time, I would strongly suggest you to visit this center just because you have to learn the history of this place. And the history of the place is very rich. And I hope that this will help you to change your mind that in future you will have great opportunities in this land. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shirmadas. It's all. Sorry.
A place where there are no barriers.
Imagine
A place where there are no barriers. Only endless opportunities.
Taxi! Imagine having access to cutting-edge technical infrastructure. Let's go, brother.
That's perfect. Thank you. Imagine finding talents perfectly suited to your business who speak your language.
Und auf meiner Sprache? Imagine getting a reimbursement for employee training. And having office places provided completely free. No rent, no worries.
And most importantly, all this in a low-risk environment. Imagine being exempt from taxes.
Imagine having a personal consultant available 24/7, while all bureaucratic tasks are handled for you.
Imagine every idea of yours getting a chance to succeed, with help to secure investments for its realization.
Çok güzel. Imagine receiving support to grow not only locally, but also globally.
Imagine a place where you feel at home. Imagine? No need to imagine. All of this is already with IT Park, Uzbekistan.
Much for a really brilliant speech, Mr. Shirmatov, and I'm also very excited about as you guys. So I wanted to jump just before the video, but you know, as Uzbekistan's digital economy continues to evolve, the close collaboration between the government, industries and private sectors remains very essential. And our next speaker has been actively involved in supporting that collaboration, working with partners and companies to contribute to the country's growing technology ecosystem. And it is now my pleasure to invite to the stage the CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan, Mr. Azamat Karamatov.
One. Dear friends, it's a great honor to see you in Uzbekistan for the Business Global Service Forum 2026. A couple of days ago, when a friend of mine asked me about our preparations for this forum, I stopped and thought, is this a conference? I mean, is it still a conference? You know, we have been organizing this forum for many years, and I realized over the time it became more than conference. It has become a place where people come together to exchange views, to learn from each other, to connection, and build great perspective on the opportunities available in Uzbekistan. I want to thank our minister for sharing with us a bigger picture. Now let me do something a little different. Let me show you where IT Park fits into that picture. If you ask anyone about Uzbekistan's role in the Great Silk Road, they will mainly focus on exchange of goods, trades, caravans, trades move from east to west. But what most people miss though is that it's also a place where ideas, knowledge, and culture exchanged. Our region became a place of connection, dialogue, and cooperation. And that spirit remains a part of identity to this day. There is something else about Uzbekistan that statistics rarely capture. When people describe Uzbeks, they always say they are very hospitable. We hear that phrase so often that it almost sounds like a nice compliment people politely make about every country they visit. But for us, it has a much deeper meaning. Let me give you one example. During the Second World War, hundreds of thousands of people arrived in Uzbekistan after being evacuated from the front lines. Along with them came entire factories, research institutes, engineers, teachers, and skilled workers. Our grandparents don't simply provide them temporary shelter. They welcomed them into their cities, into their workplaces, into their schools, and more importantly, into their homes. A lot of children who had lost their families during the war was raised by Uzbek families. I often think about that story because in many ways it tells something very important about our country. We have never seen newcomers as outsiders. We have always seen them as a part of our future. Now that spirit did not disappear with the history. We simply give it a modern form. We built IT Park as an extension of that same mindset. Do not view IT Park as a simple government institution. Think of it as a place where international companies can arrive, settle, grow, and truly become part of Uzbekistan's future. Because welcoming people is one thing, creating an environment for creating successful businesses is another. That became our mission. When we launched IT Park in 2019, we had one simple ambition: build a place where global IT companies would actually want to come. 7 years later, 3,800 companies have chosen to become a part of that journey. More than 1,000 came from abroad. And ICT export exceeded $1.1 billion. Wow. Let me share something we have learned after working with thousands of international companies. People often assume that the biggest challenge are taxes or regulations or finding office spaces. Those things, of course, matter. But they rarely keeps what CEOs awake at night. The real question is much simpler. When something goes wrong, who do I call? Every successful business has people it can rely on, trusted partners. The kind of people who don't simply point you to another department or send you another document. They pick up the phone, they understand the problem, and say, don't worry, we got it. You can go to build your business. Folks, I come from the business background. I learned, without a doubt, that true business partner is someone you rely on so deeply that sometimes you depend on them even more than your closest friends or even relatives. That's exactly the role we believe IT Park should play. We don't see ourselves as a government institution that issues certificates or explain regulations. We see ourselves as your business partner in Uzbekistan. The kind of partner who celebrates your success with you. The kind of partner who stands next to you when challenges appear. The kind of partner who brings right people with you, removes obstacles, and help you move forward. Because your job is improve your business. Our job is to make sure that Uzbekistan helps you do exactly that. That is the partnership we believe in. Practical, reliable, long-term. Ladies and gentlemen, over the next 2 days you will see many presentations. You will see statistics, you will meet companies, you will hear success stories. But I hope you leave remembering something much simpler. I hope you're remembering the people. Because countries don't build partnerships. People do. And if, before you fly home, you find yourself thinking, maybe Uzbekistan deserves a closer look, then this forum achieved exactly what we've hoped for. Welcome to Uzbekistan. Welcome to Global Business Service Forum 2026. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now that we've officially opened our forum, let's move to the agenda. You know, if you want to predict any country's future, don't start with the predictions, let's say. Just start with the numbers, because they will tell you how it's changing, how it's been developing, and where the momentum has been growing. And to walk us through that story about Uzbekistan, I would like to invite someone who is often described as having an Uzbek heart with an American mindset. So please welcome the Chief Growth Officer of IT Park North America, Mr. Russ Yaparov.
Good morning, dear guests. Good morning, Your Excellencies, and welcome to our Global Business Services Forum 2026 here in the pearl of Central Asia, beautiful Uzbekistan. I am very excited to see so many wonderful faces, so much energy in this room that everybody is eager to know what Uzbekistan has to offer. And I'm about to break this down with the next couple of minutes, what Uzbekistan has to offer. So let me show you why Uzbekistan is absolutely must be your next GBS location. With that, I would like to start with a very important thing. Uzbekistan, based on the Startup Blink, was ranked as #1 ecosystem in the world by the growth rate. We are top 2 fastest growing economy in the world. We are top 3 in financial attractiveness. We are 6 from the top global for state subsidies and industrial policies. Our FDI inflows rose 13x. Foreign trade turnover since 2017 went 3x. And GDP since 2017 went 134%. Isn't it exciting? Yes, it's very exciting. It's exciting for me. So when I see that this country offers so much, 99 cities with direct flights, convenient time zone, 90 plus countries visa free, protection of the right for the foreign investors, that tells me one thing, that trusted partners that we have listed in front of you, they made a right decision. They made a decision to scale with us. They made a decision to choose us as partners. With this being said, I am very pleased also said that we just recently got triple upgrade on the sovereign rating. We have 54 double taxation agreements, and we promote 100% ownership, foreign ownership, and free capital movement. And like I said earlier, those companies experiencing that right now. Now, Obviously, numbers are wonderful. Economic development in Uzbekistan is booming. Now, let's talk a little bit about talent. What kind of talent, what do we have to offer? Now, imagine when you have a 39 million population and 65% of us under age of 30, you're looking at a young, about 21.5 million young, digital friendly, ready to be plugged and play to your companies to help you scale, to help you grow, to help you be better, faster, smarter. And that's what the population shows. We are 6th place in label productivity growth. Based on, according to Coursera, we are #1 in global skill reports country. 650,000 annual market entries. This is the workforce that enters the market every single year. And with 5 million AI leaders, that's the newest initiative that we have, we can say that we're not only IT nation, we are AI nation as well. With that, let's dive a little bit deeper into talent itself. Obviously, when you have a lot of talent, you need to do something with that. You got to educate, right? With over 220 universities and 145 of them directly related to IT, you have 25,000 annual IT university graduates. 25 plus universities offer foreign language programs and 18,000 foreign language graduates adding the workforce every single year. Over 38,000 educational centers. Over 350,000 annual foreign language learners. We are an English-speaking nation. And you can probably hear that, right? So, we speak not only English. We speak Arabic, Chinese, English, French, German, and it goes. We speak all languages that you can possibly imagine. And that's in one country. I doubted that there's a country can offer something like this. That's why they said that my heart is always on fire when I speak about Uzbekistan. Because I love my country and I love what's happening here. Now, let's talk a little bit. Let's combine for a second. You have an absolutely tremendous economic development. You have an absolutely magnificent resources as far as the talent. Now, add to it zero taxes, which is the government-backed incentives. And when I say zero taxes, it's not just one thing it's zero corporate tax, it's zero social tax, it's zero property and land tax. There's absolutely no VAT on important services. There's no work permit required. Salary payments in foreign currencies are okay. We're perfectly fine with that. Dividend payments in foreign currency, also perfectly fine. Now, when you are the resident of IT Park, you will be paying only 7.5% personal income tax, 5% tax on dividends, and like I said, there is absolutely no VAT on important services. Now, that's not all. You thought that this is all what we're going to give it to you? Absolutely not. Let's take a look on our zero risk program. And I am so happy and pleased to inform you that recently zero risk program was extended for 3 years. And this is, I believe this is deserve a round of applause because this is something, it's amazing. 3 years. Can you imagine operate in an absolutely risk-free environment for the next 3 years? Who can offer that? I don't think there's anyone, no country that can offer something like this. Now, you don't pay taxes, you have access to the great talent check. Now you have a country that's booming economically. And still yet we tell you if you want to come to Uzbekistan and try us, we'll give you free offices. How about that? We'll give you free equipment for the first year. How about that? That's something I believe should excite absolutely any business owner that sits here. This is opportunity that there's no opportunity like that. Now, let's talk about help that we can actually, assistance that you can get with us. Compensation and training cost. Compensation for relocation of foreign specialists. Compensation of recruitment cost. Compensation of international certificates for employees. And I can continue saying compensation, compensation, compensation. I believe that this is, like I said, an absolutely tremendous opportunity. your employees can get IT Park visa. They can travel to Uzbekistan, stay here, they can buy property, and they can live here like as citizens. And they can enjoy this beautiful city and beautiful weather. And city is not all. Something that I would like to also talk about, it's soft lending support and the key account. When we have a soft lending support, and I get it, a lot of companies say, and believe me, I talk to a lot of companies, they say, Russ, Uzbekistan, I don't even know where it is. It's very far, I've never been there. And first of all, the most important thing is, I really don't know how to navigate waters there. How do I understand the legal things and etc., right? No worries. We're literally gonna hold your hand through the process. We're gonna help you to understand. We're gonna take from your plate everything that requires running, taking the stamp, putting the stamps, signatures, and etc. We're gonna help you. When we say we're gonna help you to grow, we're literally gonna do that. We're gonna help you to grow your business with us. Now, when we're looking at talent and staff recruitment, that's something that we can help you also with. Turnkey accounts and legal services, like I mentioned earlier, we can do that as well. So with all of that, with all the government-backed incentives and all the benefits that we offer, we have 14 branches across Uzbekistan. As His Excellency Mr. Shahzad Sharmatov mentioned, Uzbekistan is not only Tashkent. We have beautiful regions, and each region actually has something unique to offer. And I encourage you highly, with someone who has time, please do so, travel. Take a look how our regions, they are so beautiful. Some of our regions, if I tell you that it's older than Rome, Samarkand, it's dating over 2,700 years old. And those beautiful buildings that was there since that time still preserved as absolutely perfect. Now, when you have 14 branches, let's dive in a little bit into regions, right? Because you're gonna say, Russ, okay, great, well, Tashkent is developed, there's so much. What about the talent in the regions? So the 12 million inner regions, 12 million youth population. You're looking at 7 million foreign language speakers, 106 IT and foreign language universities. We also, besides the fact that we have the talent there, we also building non-stop constantly offices there. As of right now, we have 58,000 square meters is ready for you to plug and play to your business, and 94,000 square meters are being developed right now. We also have 6 representatives of IT Park in different parts of the world. 47% of international businesses, this is actually in our regions. 50% less salary burden, and that's true. In our regions, salary slightly less, not slightly honestly, it's much less than what it is in Tashkent. And that's understandable. That's very understandable. Also, when you're looking at operational cost in our regions, it's $3 to $15 average office rent per square meter. I mean, we're looking about 77.5 cents cost per kilowatt. We have 23 internet providers there. So if you had a doubt that you will face challenges in our regions, I can assure you, you will not. You will enjoy the cultural heritage of our region and the welcoming hospitality of our people. Now, as you see, our regions also have buildings that is very modern and very, very, very developed. We have 680 plus GBS centers there. 115 BPO centers also sits in our regions. 558 KPO centers sitting in our region. Look at the growth of employees in residence BPO companies. Since 2020, when we had only 136, 2025, we have over 15,000. For a second, it's 100x. So for a second, it's 100x. If you look into a location in the companies, Tashkent City has about 407, West Uzbekistan 131, and East Uzbekistan 135. When I say regions, it's the biggest secret that we have, and it's no longer a secret. We highly encourage you guys to look into it, go there, experience, and I can assure you, you guys will enjoy that. Now, let's take a look at our export, how our export actually breaks down throughout the world. As you can see, 45% covers North America, 26% CIS and APAC, 24% EU and UK, and 5% MENA region. The type of exports we do, 8% it's services and technology, 45% IT services, 12% creative industry and game dev, and 35% BPO and KPO. Number of the member companies, as was mentioned earlier, since 2017 rose 25x, from 147 to over 3,700. Companies with foreign capital, 250x. Since 2017, from 4, we are over 1,000 companies now. And total export volume of member companies, when in 2019 we almost had nothing, 2025 we are over 219%, which is 177x. And that makes me so excited. When I see that, I know that we're doing everything right. And that's why you're here. That's why you decided to dedicate your time to come see not only Uzbekistan, to see also opportunities. And as you can see, our members did that also prior. And as you can see, our members are Telecontact, Hegelmann, Vention, and Ontal, which Ontal representative is actually here today, and he's going to be sharing his success story as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, thank you very much for your time. And the only one thing I have to say, I have left to say, welcome to Uzbekistan, and let's build a brilliant, wonderful future of your businesses together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've now just witnessed that Uzbekistan has a lot to offer. It's a lot of opportunities, but you know, we always want to do one better. Building an international business hub takes not only just a good idea, you know, it takes the right rules, the right infrastructure, and people who understand what global companies really need. Enterprise Uzbekistan is being built to create exactly that, a place where technology businesses and business service businesses can grow, operate more easily. And the person who's been involved in building it together is the next person that I'm going to invite to the stage. So please welcome the project director of Savvy Day, Mr. John Kilmartin.
Good morning, Your Excellency Minister, distinguished guests. Thank you, and the organisers, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I do feel after Ross's address, and particularly with the music that we're feeling, I feel like I'm on an American chat show, late night chat show. I do assure you I will not be telling jokes during this. That's definitely not my thing. But it's great to be here, great to have the opportunity to introduce a new evolution, I guess, to what we've heard before. So what I'm going to present to you today is a new concept that the Ministry and the IT Park have developed. So we're still in the evolution part, but what we're looking to build, and I will bring you through some of our concepts, what we're looking to build builds on top of what IT Park and Uzbekistan is doing. So we're taking advantage of that. So I won't have as extensive a presentation as Ross had on what we're proposing, but what I will do is I'll outline some of the themes that we're looking to solve and why we're trying to solve them. And hopefully over time you'll follow us in that journey to understand what we will develop ultimately. So what I'm introducing here today is the International Digital Technology Center, or as we refer to it, Enterprise Uzbekistan. So I guess it's sorry, if I just, my clicker is moving. Sorry, missed it. So firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is John Kilmartin. I'm project director with Savade. So Savade is an Irish economic consultancy firm. We work with governments across the world, very much so in the Middle East, around developing foreign direct investment strategies. So we help to create jobs, drive foreign direct investment, and we also look at how exports can be driven, which is really important in terms of Enterprise Uzbekistan. So in terms of Enterprise Uzbekistan, what we're trying to solve here is a fragmented infrastructure for business. So what we're finding is that we have, if you look at the world and how businesses are growing and how multinational companies are developing, you have founders in one location, you have investors somewhere else. You've got engineers in one location, but you have the cloud infrastructure somewhere else. And obviously you've got customers spread across the globe. And that's just reality for companies and what they have to deal with right now. This clicker definitely is playing fun on me. So what we're finding is, given that fragmented environment, is that if you look at tech companies, what are they facing? They want legal certainty and stability, but they also want technological freedom. They need to be able to test and run stuff through in a stable environment. They need, again, credibility from a legal perspective, but then they're looking at an innovation. And they're saying, well, I need to be innovative, I need to work fast, I need to work flexibly. I need somewhere that's credible and has institutional legitimacy, but is also capital efficient. So it's trying to get these two priorities in one place. And that's quite difficult. So what you find is that there's a spread globally. If you look from a services company, the challenges are different, but it's the same fragmentation. So I'm looking at, talent. How do I access talent? How do I deal with time zone across multiple customer market bases? And I guess one of the things that's becoming more and more prevalent is around the data protection and influence of AI. So from a technology perspective, how do I serve my customer base that's spread across the world from a location? So this is the concept that are solving some of these issues, is the concept behind Enterprise Uzbekistan. So this is a concept that the Ministry of Digital Technologies and IT Park itself is looking to solve. So we're working under both of those entities. And we're looking to build a platform that's native for technology and services, so that it fits your business. There's two aspects that we're trying to solve. One is around trust, and the second is around operations and that kind of day-to-day business environment that you're working in. So from a trust perspective, some of the items that we're looking to solve, we're creating legal certainty and predictability. That's our aims. I'm not going to go into the detail of how we're going to do this, because this is still being worked out. What I'm presenting here is, these are the items that we're working on. The solutions that we will develop, we will present at later stages. But what we would like is if there are people here, we're still in listening mode. If there are people here with ideas, with suggestions, or with challenges, we'd like to hear from that and build on top of that. So what we're thinking right now is that we build a common law environment. So everything you've heard right now in terms of IT Park should be available to you, but now you've got the certainty of common law, which a lot of international, particularly multinational companies, will be working in a common law environment, so fitting into that should be a lot more predictable. We're also looking at constitutional guarantees. So one of the issues that face companies is, I have certainty today, but will I have certainty tomorrow? So we've got a constitutional guarantee that allows us to be, for our environment to be stable until 2100. And then we're looking at investor protection rights from a capital and from an asset perspective. So again, that predictability is really important. The second aspect that we're looking to solve for is the operational aspect. So going back to some of the difficulties, particularly around innovation and flexibility, we're looking to develop a regulatory sandbox. When most people hear regulatory sandbox, they think of financial center. We're looking to build that for digital. So how can you test and develop new technologies here and do that in a safe environment, touching customers? We're looking at labor laws that align with international standards. We're looking at intellectual property, particularly from a startup and development perspective, that will align with international. And then personal data and the whole GDPR, which is particularly of interest from a services companies. We're looking to solve in that basis that it will allow you for cross-border. So these are some of the elements that we are looking to solve on. As I say, if you have thoughts in any of those areas of how best to kind of look at that from a multinational perspective, we're very open to hearing that. That's my presentation from today. I do hope that you will follow our journey and see our progress over time. You'll definitely hear more from us into the future, but as I say, if you have suggestions, we'd be happy to hear of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kilmartin, for amazing presentation with amazing opportunities in the future. You know, the best entrepreneurs, they don't wait for the world to tell them where the opportunities are. They spot it first. So our next speaker looked at Central Asia and saw something that many others hadn't yet. A region with talent, ambition, and potential to compete on a global stage. And today, he's bringing that vision into life by helping international companies to discover the people behind that potential. So allow me to welcome to the stage the executive expert at Antal International, Mr. Arseny Kucheryuk.
Many thank you. Many thank you, Gulasal, for such invitation and introduction. Such a great stage, such a great speakers, and you, audience, such a great to be here. In today's presentation, I'm going to share with you how to work and how to be in the competitive and very hospitable labor market in Uzbekistan. My name is Arseny, surname is Kucheryuk, and I relocated from Russia around like almost 5 years ago, and Antal Uzbekistan is a part of big international British recruitment company, which is operating the business in terms of recruitment for more than 30 years. I'd like to share the information about our company, and surely I will try to manage this clicker as well, and I guess it works Yes, great. Now we see the services which we are providing here in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent, and surely our main focus here is the middle and top management recruitment. So if you have any cases for hiring the top talents, please just let us know. In terms of being useful here, I'd like to have a little movement from everyone. Could you please raise your hand if you need to find the perfect candidate for a company right now? I see hands. Or you need to find the perfect, not a candidate, but perfect company for you, if you are still in search. So I see hands, so we can move forward, yes. Not only recruitment we are providing there and sharing the information with the market about all the trends we have here in Uzbekistan, and we are doing the salary surveys. Surely it is the most interesting part when everyone wants to know which salary we need to provide to our employees. Candidates always asking us which salary we need to expect from the employers. And today's I'd like to share the big points like job search, and share some insights which we had during last 2-3 years in Uzbek market. So here we see the length of the search of the candidates, and we see on the first diagram how this probability going down, and the candidates who spends less than a month for researching the job is going down like for 11%, and it's good. Because in 2021, we came to Uzbekistan, everyone said that there is no candidates. And right after the good candidates go into the market, it takes like, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks to get 5+ more offers from different companies. And right now, we understand that the situation is getting better and more balanced, which is good for us, for everyone. And surely the many candidates are spending a little bit more, and I guess that 1 to 3 months it's normal length of the search for the new job. What else I'd like to say about this point and how candidates search? It's the expectation of the candidates. If you're starting business here and wanting to find the best candidates, surely you will go to someone who is not actively looking for a job, but who's right now is working. And if you go to such candidates, surely you need to expect and you need to understand that they gonna ask you for 50+ more in their current level, and you should be prepared for this. Surely you could provide the interesting prospects in terms of development in your company, good conditions, and the like big position in your company. But still, these candidates here in Uzbekistan, surely we need to understand that even more than 60% expects 20+ more in terms of level of increase in their salaries. So going further, and here we see the typical job sources for our market. And surely I'm not like opening to you to America, but employers search and candidates search by job sites. Surely it's HHUs, you could use it. This is the main ones. But what we can see here is that professional and personal contacts are significantly important in terms of hiring. And because of such exhibitions, such forums, surely we could, I guess, rise the 18% like to 20-25, and I'm definitely sure about it. But still, yep, in local companies and sometimes international as well, personal contacts still significant for hiring. For us, good news that each 10th candidate going through Untalent, our competitors as well. It's good to be in touch with us and our competitors because of the being in trend and understand the market. The next one is, the next point is motivation and benefits. And here I'd like to share more how to keep your best talent in your company. And surely you will see here that company stability, work-life balance, and competitive salary level are the top which expect from your employees. But when I had a talk with many of my networks in terms of managers, CEOs, etc., and they're sharing that in Uzbekistan, typically here, one of the most important points, surely it's he is or her manager. Manager who creates great team, who creates stability and connection between the employees inside the team. And surely, together with all compensation, all, as you can see here, I guess it's gonna be right now, behind my back, together with all the compensation and the big fruit and vegetables and good lepeshkas, I guess this is what creates a great atmosphere in your company, and stability is the key. How we say always, the communication is the key and the balance is the key as well. So be sure that you are not forget about such important things. So a few numbers about how candidates could come back to your company, and we see here that each fifth candidate could come back to your company. So just a kind reminder to not forget that when you leave the company, you could and you must better live in a good way. Because from time to time, and me as a bright example, you could return back to your company when you started. So what else I'd like to share with information about salaries in Uzbekistan and how it works. Surely a lot of local and I guess almost all of international companies have their level of indexation, and which happen each year. It's happening on the during the first 3 months of each year, and 87% always sharing that they're ready to rise this level. And how we see that this level it's located on something between 10 and 15%. So, going forward. Yep. And how I could prove my words about the expectation of the candidates when they expect to get 20 plus more and more in terms of increasing their level of the salary, we could see how the pictures changed during the years. So more than, as I said, 20, 50, more than 60% of the candidates are expecting to get this increase by their salary during the last 2 years. So, and right before my ending, I could say that this is the wonderful and great opportunity to join the IT Park residence, because here surely you will have a lower income tax, and this is the 7.5 instead of 12%, and surely you will be free of corporate tax and unified social payments. And what else is surely necessary to know and understand that I guess right behind my back is going to be a big QR code. You can use your phone and link it, because in this exact moment we are collecting a lot of information and data from the market of Uzbekistan. This is going to be like 40 questions around plus minus. I understand that it's a lot, but still if you fill this form you will get the full salary survey of 2026-2027 year, and you will understand all the trends which we have on the market and how it's going to be changed. So, be sure that everything is working and leave your email. And in any cases of necessity to find the best candidate, the perfect match employee for your company, please let us know. And Qatar Ahmad.
Well, thank you so much for presentation, Arseni. And our next speaker, before I invite him to the stage, you know, I think we can all relate to one problem. When operations work well, we don't notice, but when they don't, everyone notices. So what does it take to turn all the processes, the teams and functions into one business that runs seamlessly? So our next speaker will explore this question in his presentation. So I would like to pass the floor to the Chief Operations Officer of Staff Atlantic, Mr. Farukh Hamzayev.
Imagine this truck is moving across the United States right now. Behind it is the driver that is trying to deliver load on time. It is business manager trying to manage fuel costs. It is invoices and many other operations that are being sold in a daily manner. So a lot of people will see just one truck. We see entire business moving with it. And surprising fact is, a lot of those operations are being managed by a team of professionals that are sitting 1,000 miles away, right here in Uzbekistan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Farukh Hamzayev. Today, I would like to share with you our story of how we build global business from Tashkent, covering American business solutions. So we started with a simple product. Our product was fuel card solutions. One product, one service, one problem to solve. We wanted to help transportation companies in the United States to reduce their, one of the expensive costs, fuel costs. But our customers changed everything. Whenever they called us, they didn't just ask us about fuel. They wanted us to recommend them dispatch service, maintenance, safety, and others. So we found out they didn't need another fuel card provider. They wanted a trusted partner to cover their business problems. So at that moment, we started building an ecosystem around our customers. So we added fuel cards, dispatch, safety, recruiting, and many other services for our ecosystem to help transportation companies in the United States to solve their business problems. Today, more than 24,000 drivers in America are trusting our ecosystem. Actually, transformation wasn't easy. Every new service we added wasn't the simplest thing. So whenever we added a new service, we faced that we have another challenge. New people, new processes, new procedures. So we changed our mind. We changed our focus from building products to building shared services. So in short period of time, we managed to build a strong organization that was consisted of different and diversified shared functions like sales, billing, customer support, product, compliance, and etc. As our organization, as our ecosystem grew, so did our organization. So did our organization. So today, we've built a great team of more than 500 employees working in 4 different countries: United States, Uzbekistan, Canada, and Colombia. And unique part is, center of our operation is in Uzbekistan. We cover all business problems from Uzbekistan. We deliver products from Uzbekistan, and we drive businesses being here. And it wasn't easy to solve all this and to scale our business. We needed several factors to work together. So it is processes that was automated. It is AI that enabled us to faster and better decision making. And of course, it was talented people and governmental support. So, talking about talented people. So, as our colleagues before told, Uzbekistan has the youngest generation in the region. More than 60% of people are under 30 years old. We have very healthy education level. A lot of universities, a lot of prestigious universities are entering the market and helping us to produce quality, very professional specialists. English proficiency is another reason that helped us to deliver a lot of qualitative services to our global markets. But actually talent alone is not enough. We needed supportive environment, and we found it here. We found it from government. We are feeling a lot of government support regarding tax initiatives, government support regarding transparent legal framework, a lot of IT park support regarding the collaboration with other organizations, networking, and many others. So all of these factors helped us to build global organization. So today, based on my experience, I can tell you that all of our success, our scaling was only been and we could build that global business just because we had all of those several factors. And I believe in a few years, you will be standing here and telling your Uzbekistan story. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So I think it's a very high time to warm up a little bit after all presentations and really great speeches. It's high time for a good panel session. You know, a couple of years ago, when you walked into a boardroom, the first question that comes to mind would be like, should we really invest in AI? But right now, it's not that question. We ask more like, how fast can we transfer our business? And our panel session is going to discuss that topic. And to bring up the speakers onto the stage, I would like to invite our moderator to the panel session, who is the head of expert development at IT Park Uzbekistan, Mr. Azamat Rahmanzadeh. Please welcome.
Hi everyone. Yes, before we kick off, I just want to call on the stage today 4 industry leaders that will help me dig deep into the topic and into the conversation. And the panel today is not about whether AI will substitute jobs or not. I think, and frankly speaking, this is an outdated topic. Today I want to call out on the stage the industry leaders that help me guide into the topic whether the global business service forum has a future in this modern world. So please welcome on the stage Rami Suisse, a global CEO of iSon Experience, Roy Figueroa, a Chief Performance Officer of Imapta, David Young, a leader, and last but not least, please, Mr. Puhar. Well,
Testing.
So, yes, we're all here. And well, I mentioned previously, and today the topic is not just about the AI and how it influenced the global world, right? Because everyone were speaking, talking about this topic, that whether it will substitute or not. But I think that we right now notice and see that this is not the real question, correct? The real question is what our GCCs nowadays are doing or acting, how they actually use the usage of AI to develop nowadays their global competency center. And I just want to start with a very general question is, how would you describe the current state of... Yes. Now, can you hear me? It's impossible. Right? No.
I think you should be holding this.
You got the best one. I'm sorry, I gave you the best. So I think since that we can dedicate the first question to you. So I wanted to ask, how would you describe the current state of a global business service industry today in this AI world? Please, Lord.
Is that directed to me? Well, I can only, I guess, describe based on my experience, based on our customers' experience. So I'm with IMAPDA, and we service both small and large organizations. And, and even ourselves, our journey with AI has been, everyone feels like they're missing out, right? No one really, you know, it's quickly evolving. The questions that we get is, well, how can we take advantage of AI? How could you save us in terms of manpower using AI? And it always goes back to, well, you know, is it the journey, the risk that you likely take in trialing out existing AI technologies, and what AI technologies should you actually try out versus what you could get in terms of efficiencies and benefits and customer experience. That's usually the big question. So our experience has been, and what we provide as recommendations always to our clients is just, you know, keep an open mind, hire people who are tech savvy, those who are open to picking up AI. We think, and we're already seeing it, although at a limited capacity still, that some roles are really being made redundant because of AI, but these are usually the lower skill, lower value roles. The higher value roles, which is what's amazing for GBS, is they're being empowered, and so companies are getting more out of those roles. So I guess overall, AI and GBS, a lot of people, myself included, like sometimes you feel like you're missing out because you don't know what's happening, what's out there, and what your competition is doing. But yeah, everyone's feeling the same. So which is a good spot, and to be ahead or to not be left out, I think you just have to keep an open mind.
Thank you. Here I just wanted to elaborate a question with Mr. Rami. So you currently operating in 15 different countries, 40 plus locations. And how do you manage to adapt your strategy nowadays in this AI world? And what do you see as an ISOM experience? What do you see was the biggest challenge for you nowadays?
Sure. So everybody used to say AI is going to replace call center agents and it's going to disrupt the BPO sector. But in reality, here we are today in Uzbek looking at expanding locations and getting more languages and more people. So our business in terms of customer engagement and customer experience still relies heavily on people. However, AI is helping us more in the back office, in, for example, doing automated quality management, doing reporting, analytics, legal contracts, RFP management. So all the AI tools within the organizations have helped us become more productive and efficient. But as far as engaging with customers as call centers, and whether it's on chat or voice, we still believe the human experience is very important. So what we do at Izon is try to embed empathy through people, and at the same time use the technology to support the agents rather than replace the people. So today we are using in our latest AI advancements something called real-time translation. So if somebody wants German language, we may use AI to do real-time translation of German to English, and the agent could be sitting anywhere in the world speaking English to respond and instantly translate to German back to the customer. So that's as far as advancements that we see today in AI. But there's also another factor to consider, which is the cost of AI. In countries where salaries are in the range of $200 to $500, we don't see that the cost of AI makes any sense in terms of delivering some of the services. So AI costs are still very high. They need to come down to become more prevalent across markets.
So just wanted to here also add that when talking about the AI agents, actually, or auto translators, I think David has an amazing example of that. We were just playing around with the platform, and it speaks Uzbek, it speaks German. That's an amazing tool. Can you just elaborate on the point where does AI agents stand in this global chain?
Thank you. I'm a PhD in AI. I have been in AI space for 30 plus years when the word artificial intelligence was actually a joke or a coarse word. But still we were doing translation and image recognition. Lately, yes, I was involved in voice AI call center BPO automation, and I can tell that voice AI, text AI agents are very strong today when you have high volume, language-based, repetitive, semi-structured situation. It's important also to understand easy measurement of the success. If we're doing a collection or upselling or technical support, troubleshooting, all that cases, if you can measure the success, you have a learning curve for your AI to train better. We see very strong advantages in automation in 20 plus industries, including medical, healthcare, hospitality, restaurants, home services, logistics, real estate, and finance operations, banking. When people ask me what will remain behind human employees, not digital employees, but human employees, today it's obvious that it's accountability and responsibility. This is something we are not today and maybe in nearest future pass to the AI. Basically, human remain those who judge and who understand what is good, what is bad. Humans are those who create new products. Also, leadership and motivation. Interestingly, that in many cases when it should be a leadership moment, the bonding between humans and AI is not enough yet to get that social commitment. Basically, I do have an AI coach in my home. I have an AI home with moving walls, with 116 cameras, with 2 robotic dogs, Abigail and Leo, and and Morpheus, who lives with us, non-biological companion. And I have an AI coach. And I can tell you that nothing compares with a real human coach which knocks my door and Sunday 7 a.m. and wakes me up and forces me to run. So leadership, motivation, accountability, this currently stays with humans.
Thank you. I just catched on the point. I've been going through the report of PwC 2025 on the GCC and AI impact on this industry, and I found a great scheme that is showing that AI may substitute, for example, a BPO's first line, but AI is helpful actually and helps to grow for the industry of professional services. For example, HR outsourcing, outstaffing, employee of record. I know that Imapt is amazingly doing that over the globe. And here's the topic: is there any direction or industry where AI, vice versa, supports the GCCs to grow? I think the Philippines has an amazing example of that. I just wanted to hear up on your thoughts, how you became a location that doesn't fight AI, but actually learns how to adapt it. So I just wanted to hear your experience.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it works.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. So good afternoon. I've been part of the BPO industry, the IT BPM industry in Philippines for the last 26 years, and seen the evolution of the industry from being a primary service and human-led to more of automation and analytics, and now of course it's all falling under the AI umbrella. Nowhere have I seen any kind of decline in terms of employment. The industry, you see the major hubs for outsourcing and GCCs now, they've all been growing. So the obvious question is that, as David said, that if AI is actually replacing jobs, how is it that the entire service sector is growing at this rapid pace? The answer is actually quite wonderful. AI leads to a better kind of cost per transaction, because and leaves the human agent to focus on the customer, whether he's handling a back office transaction or a voice transaction. So more meaningful way in terms of the engaging with the customer. So the average handle time for the call or the average throughput time for a back office transaction goes down and the quality improves. Therefore, in terms of the cost per transaction going down, it becomes more efficient and there is more demand for that service. Of course, we have seen the bottom of the pyramid drop, that people doing the bottom level transactions will not exist anymore. But what is material is how the people can drive up the value chain, go up the value chain and start doing more skilled jobs. So it is not a matter of trying to fight AI for the present jobs. It is leaving AI to do the lower level jobs and creating an ecosystem for the human agents to go up the skill levels. That's one part of the answer. The other part, I will address what my co-speakers raised here, was the ethics part. That how do you hold somebody accountable? How do you hold somebody responsible? What happens if there is a AI agent and the transaction goes horribly wrong? There has to be what we call HITL or the human in the loop. Without that, because the AI system by itself is not subject to any kind of accountability. So it is very important to have that human in the loop, which can take the eventual decision on that transaction, on that customer. And at the same time, the cost of AI, I think a very relevant point my panel members have raised. People often ignored, if I am using Claude or Gemini as the base version, or I'm using Alexa at home, it seems to be free. But actually the cost of AI is huge. You know, I don't know how many of you have been using tokenization. The concept of tokens now is actually revealing the cost of AI and how it has to be used. In the Philippines, what we have seen is that over the years, the low-level transactions that we were doing, I'll give you an example of financial services and banks. That when I started out in 2003 in the Philippines, it was accepting payments on a call. That was 80% of the whole transaction. Now that is completely automated. The people have moved up the value chain. There is high-end customer service happening. There are value-add offerings. There are so instances of very high net worth customers action with the global service center. If I am a sort of investor in the US, there is a help desk available which is operated from various countries like Philippines and India and other centers, which facilitate investment decision making. Likewise, in healthcare, it started with basic calls asking about my benefits, what are my sort of eligibility in terms of my contract. Now it's all about the medical authorization. It's about case management. It's about, okay, I went through a treatment. What can I do in the future to actually prevent that? That kind of service is now happening. So this is all assisted by AI. The human agent does not have to spend time in trying to research what I should say to this customer or how I should respond to an email. It's all, AI gives you the case history, AI gives you the options right in front, it gives you some recommendations. But ultimately, it is a human decision on how to interact with the customer. So we have, in the Philippines, taken that into account and made it part of the entire education system and the upskilling level. So that's my long answer to your short question.
That was actually amazing, thank you. Just a quick note here is, Roy, just wanted to ask you on Emapta, how did you organically came up to this transformation? Because at the beginning, when it kicked off, you had an amazing path of classical BPO, but then you start to diversify your services. So was that something strategically, or it happened organically, that you start to evolve into more value-add services?
No, Emapta has never been really a contact center or traditional BPO, as we might call them. We have always been more like staffing or EOR, and which allows us to, or allows organizations or our clients to essentially just have the decision makers and their executives in Australia, for example, or the US, and 90% of their business in Emapta. And that allows us as well to service clients, small or large, as long as the job can be done in front of a laptop, and we can find those people in the Philippines, in India, or maybe in Uzbekistan, eventually, then we can service them. Now, to go back to your question, the transformation, and maybe I'll just tie it back to AI. Our customers are looking to transform their business, but when you're a business who doesn't really know where to start first, and maybe you have a 10-member accounting team or finance team, right? You're looking at, what can AI bring to me? Could I get a 20% improvement on processes, which translates to 2 people? You cut cost for 2 people. So again, I go back to my point, like, well, you have to weigh the risks of going through your AI journey, disrupting people, potentially communicating to your workforce that, hey, we're out to get your jobs, if you don't do it well, versus the benefits of 2 people. So that is the dilemma, really, that we are seeing with the organizations that at least we support, right? They look at AI and they look at what their competition is doing. Their competition is doing the same. They don't really know where to start. They don't know really what technology would be transformational for their organization. If I could just add, where it has worked though, is when they are offshoring for the first time and they are performing the transformation along with offshoring. And my recommendation, our recommendation has been, instead of looking at your process now and offshoring it and then seeing how you could introduce AI to get savings or efficiencies, look at your process and see what AI is available to perform that function or process, and then look for the gaps where a human is necessary. So that's the type of transformation that I've seen work, because you're not trying to force new technology into an old process. You're looking at new process, new technology, to solve the problems of an old process and seeing where the gaps are and looking for the AI-enabled workforce who can help with that. So that's the type of transformation that I've seen with our customers, and I think that's where Uzbekistan, I would say, would benefit from, or any other country that's providing a lot of investment in the development of their workforce to be AI and IT educated.
Thank you. And last but not least is we came across the Everest Group GCC report 2025, and it appeared that last year is the only time for the past 10 years GCCs replied to new opportunities was not cost optimization, but the talent pool, talent pipeline. And Rami, I just wanted to ask you, where do you see this shift? Where do you see this change? How it happened that nowadays a cost optimization is just on the second level, whether the new untapped market for the talent became #1 priority?
So I think the key here is capabilities. So one of the things that we are looking for is the ability to identify new capabilities around the AI space in terms of resources, in terms of technical capabilities. That's why I was happy to see there are some good development in terms of universities, because we need to go back to the essence of how do we develop capabilities, not only from a language perspective, but now we need to look at all these technical capabilities that will help us in our AI journey. So that's why there is a lack of focus on cost optimization rather than focusing now on finding the capabilities and building the capabilities within the organization. So when we come to a new location today, while we look for the business process outsourcing destination for languages, but there is also a combined search for technical capabilities, data centers, AI resources. And I think it's important to understand the other aspects of the journey of AI is we need typically our cloud providers such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon to also come to Uzbek to build the cloud capabilities. It allows us to move data, and there's a lot of requirements around space and data centers. This all needs to be happen. And then we have the AI capabilities that allows us to have the engineers who are working on those aspects of AI. So while we've seen great movement in terms of the capability of resources and graduates and the availability of people, both in the main city and now developing outside of the cities in Uzbek, we're also looking forward to understand the cloud strategy, data protection, data privacy, in order for us to also move and help migrate data between one country and another. And I think we are investing in this area. We're not looking at optimizing, rather than being able to adapt our business to the new scheme. As you may have seen, BPO companies today, their valuations have dropped by approximately 80 to 85% if they are not focused on the AI journey properly. So that's why we are under pressure to make sure that we have the capabilities. And when we look at countries, we look at multiple aspects of finding the skill set as well as the maturity of the market to help us be an AI first in our journey as well.
Thank you. I have tons of questions here, and I'm really happy that I have a chance, since you're here, to ask all of that. So right now we want to pause here and stop the panel to continue with our next speaker, but I think we have so many things to discuss. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Leave it.
Микрофон не работает. Микрофон.
Thank you so much for our panelists to share their vision, experience related to AI. And I think it's never enough to discuss about AI and what kind of opportunities it's bringing to our businesses and into the world. So, for any business, it does not really sound exciting when they open up a new office because it has been a regular practice already. It's the moment when we get excited, when you put a pin on the map and say, we're building right here. And for Sonact, that pin landed in Uzbekistan. So let's just hear from our speaker about what drove that decision and why Sonact believe that they're just getting started. So please welcome Ms. Polina Akineva, the Chief Operating Officer of Sonact.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a part of this presentation, and I'm really glad to see you all here. My name is Polina Anikeva. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Sonact Company, and today I'm going to present you some information about our company and why we choose Uzbekistan as a strategic location for our business. We are, Yes. We are outsourced contact center located in Russia with more than 27 years of experience, built in 1999. For more than 20 years, we were a part of Teleperformance Group, and Teleperformance, is a worldwide leader in business process outsourcing. But I'm proud to announce that just last week, it happened on July 16 actually, we announced the new brand Sonact, and this is a new chapter in our history and in our journey. We connect brands with their customers, knowing high technology, knowing how to manage human capital, knowing how to build outstanding customer service. We help our clients to grow their business worldwide. Just a few numbers about our company. We have several thousand employees across the world, and they speak 15 different languages, so we support several international companies 24/7. We are now located in 8 sites in Russia, but our geography is much wider actually because we recruit people from all the country for remote work. We are certified for the best enterprise standards such as security standard, PCI DSS, ISO 27001, and also we're proud to say that we are the only company certified by COPC several years in a row on Russian market. We're proud to be well-known worldwide leaders in contact centers, and this is proven by our awards, among them such great awards as the best multilingual outsourcing contact center won on a global contact center contest, or best outsourcing partnership that we won together with one of the biggest retailer in Russia. So speaking about our expertise, of course, we offer standard customer services such as technical support, customer support, sales, content moderation, social media, back office activities, but we position ourselves as a trusted partner for our clients. In this way, we help them to build the strategy of their customer service, offering such innovative services as consulting, development training for our partners, and implementing innovation tools to our day-to-day operations. We closely work with the artificial intelligence, big data, large language models, speech analytics, and all this working to our business on a daily basis. If we speak about our expertise, we have quite a diversified profile of clients. We are not focused on something, unique. We have expertise in different areas of businesses, such as travel, banking, financial sectors, entertainment, automotive industry, etc., etc. More than 100 worldwide known brands trusted us to deliver customer service for their end users. And I'm always proud to say that we have more than 8 years of average partnership duration with our clients. And of course, the longest partnership with our biggest clients lasts for more than 20 years. Just a few words about our corporate culture. We strongly believe that the great results are delivered by great people. This is why we really care about our employees. We invest a lot in different development program, incentive and initiatives. In this way, we built a special program. The name of the program is Your Start. Every single employee in the company can apply to a manager's position, then go through the training and get this position. In this way, we have more than 700 employees in a talent pool, and more than 30% of them already received their promotion. We had the statistics for the last year. 96% of management positions were closed with the internal promotions. I think it's a great result. So now we are moving to the most interesting part of my presentation. Why Uzbekistan? Why we choose Uzbekistan as the strategic location for our business. A lot of things has been said about advantages of the country. But you know, here I'd like to share my personal feeling and my personal attitude towards this initiative. You know, when I first came here last year, when I saw Azamat and his team and all the management involved in this project, I was extremely shocked how great they're working. Their enthusiasm, their energy, their great management skills is a big differentiator for us. We have similar values, we have similar approach to work, and for us it's a great thing to start here. Of course, we see here great governmental support. Macroeconomical factors are very fruitful for us. Talent pool, great talent pool for contact center. And all this helps us to take this decision to allocate a strategic regional hub here. But when I say partnership, I not only mean take. For me, it's also about to give. So here are some key factors that we believe we can bring as a value to Uzbekistan being here. Of course, this is building new workplaces. But it's important to say that these are not workplaces, these are people. These are human, these are employees that we have ambitious plans to grow, to teach them soft skills, technical skills, management skills, and all other skills needed to work. As I mentioned, we build contact centers for the worldwide known brands, and we know how to do this. So working for us, employees will have a great chance to work for the international brands without leaving the company. And I think this is one of the biggest value for the country as well. For us, we see great perspective on organizing business here and provide operational efficiency to our partners. So, to wrap up, we have three strategical areas of development that we see and we want to implement here in the nearest future. The first one is, of course, we would like to organize a multilingual hub here based in Uzbekistan to support global clients worldwide on different languages. The second area here is that we want to bring new Russian clients and new Russian business to scale up our contact centers here in Uzbekistan. And of course, the third track is that we consider to transfer existing clients, offering them operational and cost efficiency, opening business here. With all this said, you know, I strongly believe that all the events that are going on here will bring us to the new start of strong, fruitful collaboration and strategic partnership with IT Park and Connect. And I wish us all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Paulina. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to I can say we've come to the best part of our conference. We're excited to share 2 milestones that we would like to celebrate with you, we would like to share it with you. So, Teleperform is one of the world's largest providers of digital business services They're opening up their BPO location in Uzbekistan, where they will provide services to the global clients from right here in Uzbekistan. So I would like to invite the CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan, Mr. Azamat Karamatov, and CEO of Sonect, Yekaterina Osina, to the stage to capture this moment into history. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And our next great news that we would like to share is our strategic partnership with İPEK Yolu Bank, where they will be offering special preferential tariffs for just the members of IT Park Uzbekistan. I would like to invite the Resident Affairs Director of IT Park Uzbekistan, Mr. Laziz Khodayev, to the stage, and Mr. Farukh Ishakov, who is the Deputy Chairman of the Management Board. Please welcome. Thank you so much for being with us in one of these very important moments. That actually brings us to the end of today's special event. On behalf of the Ministry of Digital Technologies and IT Park Uzbekistan, we would like to thank you for being part of this wonderful event. And now you know that Uzbekistan is your next Global Business Services location. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.